We've suffered enough for other people's wars. Quote She-Hulk. Introducing the She-Hulk, the ultimate search for a means of destroying the Maker's most powerful pawn, the Hulk. And in the process, they uncover an army of Hulks hidden away from the world, with She-Hulk at the helm. Ultimates, Volume 4, Issue 3. A diabolical genius known as the Maker used time travel to create his ideal Earth by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero and by establishing a secret council of supervillains, the Maker's Councils, the rules, the world from the shadows. But now the Maker is gone, locked away for the next 16 months by inventor Howard Stark. Howard's teenage son Tony has taken on the codename Iron Lad and teamed up with Captain America, Thor, Sif, and Doom to set things right. Now they're on a quest to bring on as many heroes to this cause as possible and hunt down the keys to defeating the Maker's Council. Thus far, they recruited the married duo Giant Man and the Wasp and rescued a powerful young woman named America Chavez from the council's underbelly. At the birth of the Hulk, which occurred at the Pacific Proving Grounds, the detonation was seen from far and wide. The nearby islands felt the most devastating effects of all. With the gamma bomb explosion, gamma radiation poured across the island, into the jungle, into the wildlife, and onto the huts, and onto all the human beings present. We are then presented with a confidential report which states the following. After the detonation of Banner's gamma bomb, the nearby inhabited island was bathed in 800 million tons of radioactive fallout. 459 men and women were exposed, and the whole island became contaminated, making it the most gamma concentrated area on Earth. Though the residents experienced a smaller and less direct dose than Banner did, the longer-term exposure has already resulted in dramatic changes to both the flora and the fauna. Things are growing far beyond their natural capacity, far exceeding anything we could consider within a normal size range, some up to 300% larger and more aggressive. Many have started to refer to this place as Monster Island. However, when it comes to the effects on the island human population, they have been unpredictable and rather peculiar. Some subjects show immediate signs of gamma sickness. Within 14 days, half of all human subjects were dead, with gamma poisoning found to be the cause in all cases. Strange mutations have also started to appear, such as suction cups covering approximately 20% of the body of one adolescent female. After just 3 weeks of observation, they felt confident that the project would be of the greatest scientific value, both to the world and to Director Banner. There is no better place to study the effects of gamma radiation on life in general and on human life specifically. Taking us to the present day, the two giant reptiles are locked in a fierce battle when Thor, Iron Man, and Sif teleport onto the scene. Tony immediately notes that the gamma readings here are off the charts. However, before they can fully process the situation, a giant reptile swiftly attacks them. In mere moments, they manage to put the beast down, though Tony is a bit taken aback that they killed it. He remarks that they didn't have to, but for Sif and Thor, killing a creature like this is more a sport than anything else. Thor, having vanquished dragons in the past, considers this nothing. As they venture deeper into the jungle, Tony marvels at how bizarre this place is. Decades of gamma exposure have produced flora and fauna unlike anything ever seen before. He lifts up a crab the size of his torso only for Sif to slice it in half. While Tony is amazed by the strange light forms, Thor reminds him that the very nature of this island is war. Everything here is constantly at war with itself and would easily destroy them given the opportunity. Tony reflects on the history of the island, noting that they were wiped off the map with mere radioactive reefs and sudden battleships, making it nearly impossible for anyone to reach them by normal means. He believes that this is where the Hulk was born, the epicenter of gamma radiation that transformed Bruce Banner into the Hulk. When we read a final report, no one is left alive except the person writing this. Most men died fighting, defending the research camp, while the rest were forced to flee into the forest. They are currently hiding from giant carnivorous crabs and a colony of ants with collective intelligence far in excess of any man. These ants stripped humans to the bone. They came here to learn the effects of the gamma radiation on biological life, and the findings suggest that even an entire Union army wouldn't be enough to pacify this place. Insects as large as B-2 bombers, just as deadly lizards as tall as skyscrapers with gamma energy breath. These creatures dominate the island, and there are things here that eat those lizards for lunch. This is not an island. It is a mouth, one that could swallow the world. There is nothing left here but death. It occurs to Ryder they were all part of this experiment from the beginning, that everything that has happened here was part of Director Banner's plan. They are all subjects now. This is where we belong from the beginning, the island of monsters. This is when our heroes are ambushed. A giant Holt-like creature resembling an abomination emerges from the woods and attacks them. Thor, seeing this as a worthy opponent, isn't sure if this is what they were looking for. They don't have much time to think when Thor throws Mjolnir, but the creature grabs it, using its momentum against Thor and hurling it back at him. Sif rushes in, attempting to deal any kind of damage, but she's unable to make a dent. Iron Lad unleashes everything he has, but it's not enough either. To buy time, Thor decides to drop the hammer. It seems like another creature on the island is about to go extinct as Thor uppercuts the beast and then jumps up, bringing Mjolnir down just seconds before smashing it. But before the final blow can land, another Hulk appears, a female Hulk. This female Hulk says, "I am Lajori Jonah Zachariah, protector of this atoll and everything on it. You are intruders. Now stop or face the consequences." Iron Lad responds, "Wait, we just want to talk. We mean no harm." She-Hulk replies, "I've heard this before. Hush now," as she takes the abomination in her hand and sings a song, transforming it back into an infant. The ultimate Avengers are shocked. Lajori says, "They said they selected us for our good weather and large lagoon on our many islands for support facilities. I was a girl when they came, little men in white coats surrounded by big men in green with guns. They offered us money and promises of houses, medicine, and the protection of world governments. They swore that once all their bombs had been dropped, all their experiments done, and all the wars won, they would clean up after themselves and everything would be as it was. Trust us," they said. Banner, the so-called doctor. We did not believe them and refused. They dropped their bombs anyway and left us to live in the fallout. Iron Lad says, "So there are others like you." "I knew it. Don't you see? This could change the balance of world power. An incredible Hulk army." She-Hulk responds, "Oh yes, there are more of us. Come and see. This is your Hulk army," Lajora says, showing Iron Lad the tragic remains of those affected, individuals with severe deformities, some in constant pain, and others like the innocent baby Abraham in her hands, who in a fit of rage transformed and tragically tore his own mother apart. All this was forced upon them. There is no army to be had here. They are merely survivors of those horrific gamma bomb experiments. She-Hulk continues, "We are the lucky ones, the ones who survive, but all of us are sick and changed forever. Even the sand is sick here. We are afraid to have children, fearing what they will become. In the summer, a family needs 100 coconuts a day for drinking water, but the coconuts are contaminated. The water burns your throat. So tell me, what are we supposed to drink?" Iron Lad says, "God, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be insensitive, but you show a level of self-control that Banner only achieved with years of guidance from the greatest psychologists, spiritualists, and mystics in the world. You're smart and strong like he is." She-Hulk responds, "Yes, most of the radiation kills or weakens, but a few it makes strong. There's no sense or reason to it, no justice." Iron Lad says, "That's what we're fighting for." She-Hulk replies, "I know who you are, the ultimates, the terrorists. We have a TV. How do you think we learned English?" Iron Lad says, "We need you in this war." The She-Hulk responds, "We've suffered enough for other people's war." Thor adds, "This war is everyone's war." And Sif chimes in, "You're more than most." Iron Lad says, "What if we helped you? Maybe we could move you somewhere." She-Hulk replies, "We will not leave ever. This is our Lamoran, our ancestral land. We would rather die here than live somewhere else. It's one of those awful contradictions of this place, the land that kills us and the land we would die to defend. And anyway, Banner would never allow it." Iron Lad says, "How can you just do nothing after what he's done? Doesn't it make you angry?" She-Hulk responds, "Angry? Have you ever seen someone die of gamma poisoning, Iron Lad? It is slow, painful death, full of confusion, rage, and change. We've seen it hundreds of times. I've watched foul mouths with crooked yellow teeth grow on my mother's body, and saw my father sprout feathers and attempt to escape into the sky. Every day, we're brand new people. And though we've never left their sides, not even for a moment, not even once, still they die completely alone, unimaginable even to themselves. Angry, we were born into this wounded belly of the world. You can't imagine my anger. What has been done to us is an abomination, and I won't allow you to use our anger. We have been used enough. She-Hulk says, you want my strength? You want my rage? Then you'll have to pay for it. Fix our island. Make it like it was before the bombs. If you do this for us, then I'll show you strength. This is my price. Fix my island. Sif joins in. You said from the beginning, Iron Lad, you wanted to fix the world, didn't you? As the Iron Lad and She-Hulk shake hands, the deal is set. Then, with the Hulk monitoring from the cameras, he says, no, it just won't do. Trespassing on sacred land, interfering with long-running experiments, forging destabilization alliances. These Ultimates are starting to make me angry. The Hulk will go to battle against the Ultimates while we have 15 months remaining until the Maker return. Next, Ultimates Volume 4, Issue 4.